So this is what if Naruto had a symbiote. So the Nine Tails attack goes a little different. So in the ceiling part though. So Minato and Kushina get pierced and they're about to seal the full Nine Tails in Naruto. And be like, but the full Nine Tails, the only way they got pierced was because half the Nine Tails got out. Yeah, we're just gonna switch. We're just gonna say they still got pierced, okay? So they get pierced, but at the same time, while they're sealing Kurama, 3 symbiotes come of the ground, like literally like darn Zetsu does, and they go and help Minato and Kushina with the sealing process. These 3 are Riot, Venom, and Carnage. They literally give them enough life to seal the Nine Tails in them. Into Naruto. All 3 of them combine to make an ultimate, symbiote. And this ultimate symbiote, I'm going to give the name. His name is Grail. Well, technically, their names are Grail. So they combine to make Grail. So Grail literally goes over to Naruto and combines with him. So Naruto literally is born with the Nine Tails and Grail in his possession. And if Naruto wanted to, he can literally separate them all and attach to other people for a few minutes to help him. Or even his clones. He can have Venom on one, Carnage on the other, and then Riot on another one, just destroying people. While Naruto's in KCM 1, 2, and also Sage 6 Pass Mode. He can incorporate that with Grail, or one of the 3, or 2 of them, but he can incorporate that and be like God. But, so, no one knows about the symbiotes except for literally the Hokage and Danzo. They both see this. Hiruzen, instantly knowing that Danzo has saw this, literally make sure Danzo will never be able to get his hands on Naruto by putting him in the care of himself. The 3rd Hokage literally adopts Naruto then and there, so Danzo can never get his hands on him. Danzo, seeing this, is very angry. He wants to kill Hiruzen so much, but because he's the 3rd, he cannot. This makes him so angry that he sends, each week, a bunch of root, Anbu, to try to, kill Naruto, because if he can't have him, no one can. But the root Anbu get killed by the normal Anbu of the 3rd, because the 3rd knew that Danzo was not trustworthy and was going to try to attack Naruto. So Hiruzen just no, we're going to get rid of this automatically, this threat. So Danzo, the 3rd Hokage, puts Danzo up trial and executes him. Danzo is no more. So, and this is before, the darn Uchiha massacre, so he doesn't have all the eyes to revive himself and stuff. So Danzo's dead. And because Danzo's dead, Hiruzen actually puts Itachi, Fugaku, and all that family in charge of watching Naruto, to let the Uchiha clan feel like they're not worthless to the village, so they don't coup, because that's why they cooed, because they didn't feel like they belonged to the village, the village outcasted them and didn't appreciate them. And Hiruzen didn't move them to, like, the outskirts of town after the QB attack. He just kept them where they were, in the middle of the town. Like, in the middle of the city. So, village. So, they're okay still. They're probably not going to have it. I don't know yet, still. So, like, but they all notice that Naruto talks to a bunch, like, Naruto, they think Naruto has a bunch of imaginary friends. And they tell Naruto that, who their imaginary friends. And he says, I don't have imaginary friends. I can literally make their vines come out of my hand, and I can talk to them. What do you mean? Well, I kind of have, like, 4 people in me, but, like, 3 of them combined to make 1. And their name is, its name is, like, Grail, yeah. And their separate names are Venom, Carnage, and Riot. And the other one's Kurama, the Nine-Tailed Fox. They, realizing that Naruto is literally talking to the Nine-Tails, forgetting about the other 3, tells Hiruzen about him talking about the Nine-Tails, and also adds that there's other 3. Hiruzen, knowing about these 3, doesn't know what they actually can do, but know that they literally just made Minato and Kushina into giant monstrous beings that literally, like, destroyed the Nine-Tails in a few seconds and made them, like, twice as strong, and also made them live long enough to actually hold their baby until Hiruzen came there. That's how he knew that the symbiotes went in, because the symbiotes were still on Kushina and Minato when he was there, and then slipped into Naruto, killing them. So, that's how he knew, and Danzo, of course, was there. And, like, so that's how that all went down. That's how he knew these guys were pretty darn strong. And for all 3 of them to combine, that's epic. So, so they're going to start testing him on what he can do, like, your abilities, your darn, how good are you at throwing kunais? How good are your powers with the creatures? Naruto says, I'm awesome at the kunais. He literally can, and he doesn't even use a normal kunai. He literally, with Grail's, ability, he can actually shoot projectiles out of him. So, like, and, like, it's super sharp. And it'll literally come back on its own, back to part of him. So he'll never run out, really. And you gotta remember, Grail is, like, 3 symbiotes. So, and one symbiote is, like, I'd say the size of, like a hamster cage, I'd say. I got, like, a pretty big hamster cage up there, and I'm like, that's probably the size of it, and the symbiote can grow, like, 10 times that size inside a human body. So, 3 of those, yeah, I'm saying, like, this thing could grow to a colossal size. And in all that, it's going to be huge compared to Naruto. It's like, how do I say this? I'd say 3 Jiraiya's tall, maybe 4. Well, no, 3.5 actually. 3.5 Jiraiya's tall when Grail is active. But so far, only Naruto can, like, shoot projectiles out of him and, like, kind of make his hands into swords. And if he really needs to, it will hurt him a lot, but he can actually use, like, throw out a bunch of spikes all throughout his body to, like, block. But it kind of hurts him a little bit, and he's not really, good at it yet. The more he uses it, though, the better he'll get at. You're probably saying, but, like, all the other people that Venom, Carnage, and, like, darn, Riot has attached to have instantly been able to unlock all their stuff. Well, 1, they're fully grown adults. 2, there's not 3 of them in that person. Only 1. So, technically, this is much harder to actually handle because 1, he's a child. 2, there's 3 of him in there. 3 of a symbiote in the kid. Like, in Naruto. So, yeah, no, he's not going to be able to master it instantly. So, yeah. So, and also, I want to have a challenge here. If I gave Naruto way too powerful and OP abilities instantly, that's screwy. So, no. So, literally, Naruto gets trained on this. Hiruzen wants to know if Naruto knows any, jutsu, and so he tests his affinity, and his affinities are water and earth. And also, should I? So he has all of the main ones, like all the main, so like earth, fire, water, air, and lightning. He also has 3 Kekkei Genkai. Well, like for like jutsu and stuff. It's wood release, ice release, and storm release. Naruto hates using his fire because it does hurt the symbiotes a lot when he does do it. So he kind of doesn't want to actually use fire stuff moves. So, yeah. But there's going to be times where he's going to have to. And you're going to be like, how does he have all these Kekkei Genkais? Well, 1, okay, I'm going to just say that Mikoto and Hashirama are Tsunade's, well, no, that Tsunade and Kushina are actually cousins, and one of their parents, like their mom or dad, are siblings, and they're like the kids of Hashirama, and God. The one girl, Hashirama's wife. So, yeah. And then, so Naruto is related to Hashirama. So, he has wood release. He was just, the other 2, genomes. I don't know. Oh, yeah, actually, I'm gonna just say Riot gave him the power of, controlling ice. I know he doesn't actually do that, but, like, go along. Without it, I wouldn't be able to have the ice thing. So, Riot gave Naruto the darn ice thing. And then, like, Venom gave Naruto, like, the storm release. Carnage, you're gonna like what Carnage gave him, but I can't tell you that anytime soon. That's for later on. So, they, like, go out and, like, well, like, so he's training, and one day, And Itachi sees this, seeing that Naruto's training with like a goop substance that he just throws out of his hand, and then it's like pierces right through the wood, and then the goop slithers back. And he's like wondering what that is. Realizing that Naruto can literally attract it into its body and like completely command it at will, is starting to think that those voices are actually real, and that's what that thing is. This people, like, he's realizing that Naruto could be way powerful. So Itachi decides to test Naruto and fires a giant fireball. Naruto, seeing the fire, literally dodges out of the way with the symbiote and says, "Come, Itachi, their weakness is fire, stop." Itachi, not knowing this, stops. And he says, sorry, Naruto. Didn't know. Well, why would you do that? Anyways. Don't know. And in this timeline, actually, Sasuke didn't get born. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that. Sasuke isn't born. Like, it was like literally while Makoto was giving birth, it didn't work. Like, he died while Makoto was giving birth. So, yeah. So, they realize that, like, they don't have a child. And that's why they accepted Naruto with open arms, because they lost a child. So, like, that's why I haven't mentioned Sasuke whatsoever. He's dead. He wasn't even born, really. But, so... sorry guys, I'm tired. It's like 12. It's literally 12:39. I'm only gonna do an hour-long video. Maybe not even. Might actually just pause it here and then start back up in the morning. But I'll go for a few more minutes. But, so, Naruto literally is, like, dying out here. He's, like... Because, like, we skipped, like, 2 years now. We're time skipping 2 years, and he's just about to start the academy in, like, 2 months. We cut to and see Naruto fighting against Itachi firing fireballs, Naruto shooting up a pillar of ice to block it. Then Naruto, with the new ability that he found, because using a new ability, completely turns his 2 legs into like Grail's like symbiote feet. And Naruto has been training with Grail and like the symbiote to like better and better to like push himself to get to like the full stage. He can only do a few body parts, like 2 legs he can do, both his arms, but like only at, like 2 legs at once, a leg and an arm, both arms, body and head, body and arm, like that stuff, body and leg. But so all that, and like he can only use 2 body parts. So he literally uses both legs and jumps super high. Then he switches them into his hands and slams down on tries to slam down on Itachi. But while he's doing that, Naruto has his eyes completely closed, so he's just coming down hoping he hits Itachi. Because he knows of the Sharingan, of course. And then, like, Itachi, knowing that his eyes are closed, starts to do signs of fireball. Naruto Grail, seeing this, literally hooks onto, like, a wall with, like, one of his tentacles, like the ice wall, and then shoots himself over there behind the ice wall. Naruto, realizing that Itachi was going to use a fireball now, realizes when it comes to Itachi, playing it safe is also playing it badly. Like, you could be trying to play it safe by, like, closing your eyes and avoiding the Sharingan, but you could fall into his trap of being wounded by one of his jutsu. If you keep your eyes open to not get hit by a jutsu, you have the possibility of getting hit with the, again, jutsu by the Sharingan. And that is not cool. Like, no one wants to deal with that. Of course, Itachi would, like, not put him in the Tsukuyomi, not infinite Tsukuyomi, but the normal Tsukuyomi. There's a difference. Tsukuyomi is just the one that the eternal Sharingan people can use. Eternal Tsukuyomi is like the one with Kaguya coming out and turning everyone into the god tree thing. Tsukuyomi is just the highest genjutsu ever. So, yeah. I'm tired. I'm trying to push my limits here, guys. I'll get to like 30 minutes. Literally on the dot, 30 minutes, I'll be cutting and like going to sleep. And then I'll like wake up in the morning and finish it. But like, also that everything. And like, so like, they're still training. And then like, Makoto calls them in for dinner. They come in and she asks, how's training going? Naruto like rolls his shoulder and says, all right, as he pops his bone back into place. Makoto, seeing this, just smiles, and like she goes and brings their plates out with Fugaku's, and Fugaku decides to tell Naruto that he wants to teach him a jutsu. Fugaku, knowing that Naruto really doesn't like using fire styles because, like, of the symbiotes, he kind of gives in and says, okay, he got a different jutsu for him. He's like, okay. Sorry, I might have to cut even shorter than 3 minutes in. God, sorry. But, like, so he actually teaches Naruto a lightning style, like, jutsu that he can completely coat around his, like, body. It's kind of like the Reikage, but, like, way less, and he can only do it, like, on a certain body part. Not around the whole body, just on a body part. And with the venom and, like, with the Grail, the whole Grail thing, he can literally have a Grail arm with lightning coated on it. And the better he gets, the more, like, stronger it gets, and, like, the more body parts he can do. Like, he can put all of all of it into one arm and use super strength, the lightning, or he can separate it into, like, a few and, like, have less of a lightning coat on it. Okay? So, that's all that, and all that. But I'm about to go to bed, and I'll start it back up tomorrow. And, like, well, not tomorrow. It'll just literally be enough. Like, literally, it cuts, and then you'll hear my voice again. But, yeah. Also, shout out, one of my friends. He's one of my friends, and I'm gonna put the link, his YouTube channel in the description and everything. Go check him out. He does a lot of gaming videos. He's the actual one that made me do my first gaming video, and also that will be my last. But yeah, he's a good friend of mine. Go check him out. Also, yeah, I'm cutting it here, and you'll just hear me in a few seconds back up and ready saying hi again. I'm back and stuff. So, yeah, bye.